Hey everyone, it's Chloe. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. Earlier this week, I finished my undergraduate degree of college from the comfort of my own home, of course, which is really nice because now I have more time to work on the truck, do more mods, and of course post more videos and give you guys more content, hopefully on a more regular and frequent basis. So yesterday I didn't have school and I had a ton of time, so I did a DIY project where I made automatic bed lights that turn on automatically when you open the tailgate and turn off when you close the tailgate. So I filmed that yesterday and I filmed how I made it, so I'm going to show you guys that process. Here's the footage from yesterday. So this is what I did. Automatic bed lighting when you open the tailgate. So as you can see, the lights are actuated by the tailgate opening and closing. This was basically just a DIY project I did with just 3 electronic components. Here's the circuit diagram for those who may be interested. It's nothing too complicated, just lights actuated by a switch that's basically controlled by the tailgate and powered by a 12-volt battery. In the next clips I show you the exact materials I use and how I built this. This whole system is actually extremely simple. There's only 3 components to it. The first is this little guy, which is a tilt switch. Basically, the way a tilt switch works is that there's these 2 leads that stick out and there's a metal ball on the inside. And depending on how it's oriented, the metal ball actually moves inside the switch. So if it's oriented like this, the metal ball sits at the bottom of the switch, creating an open. And if it's positioned sideways or upright, the metal ball falls to the bottom and actually closes the circuit and creates a short. And this is what actuates our on and off for our lights. The next component in this system is this LED strip light. And basically this is a really simple strip that just has a bunch of surface mount LEDs and surface mount resistors. And there's only 2 leads, the 12-volt power line and the ground line. So there's lots of different LED strips you can get. This is another one I had for another project called NeoPixel LEDs. And this is pretty cool because NeoPixels are RGB LEDs or red, green, blue. So you can make a lot of really cool color combinations. So this strip and any other strip that doesn't have just a power and ground line won't work for this project. Because you need some sort of microcontroller or something to send a signal to this data inline. So maybe we'll use these for version 2 of the project if we add a microcontroller onto the system, but we're just going to stick with these simple ones. This particular LED strip kit I got is really cool because it also comes with these mounting brackets which can mount to the bed rail, so we'll try using these. This LED strip is 16 feet long, which is good because the side rails of the short bed are each 4 feet, so that's 8, plus another 4 feet for the back side. So we only need 12 feet of strip, so we'll have some extra to work around with. The last component is this battery pack. This is a 12-volt battery pack, so there's 8 AA battery spots for this. I'm deciding to power this externally rather than through the truck. These next clips are basically just me building the circuit. I'm mostly just cutting and stripping 22 gauge wire, soldering stuff together, then using electrical tape to insulate the exposed metal just to prevent any unnecessary shorts. So now we can actually test if this system will work just with one LED strip on before we add the other 2 on by putting batteries in this battery pack and then tilting the switch. Okay, so now moment of truth, I'm going to tilt the switch. Awesome. So we can see that the tilt switch works. So something minor I'm noticing is that you have to go a little bit beyond 0 degrees in order for the ball to actually roll to the end and for the light switch to turn on. So what I might end up doing is 3D printing a little bit of housing for the switch that's at an angle, just so that when it's in the tailgate it actually ends up sitting like this, and then when the tailgate goes down it goes beyond 0 degrees. But so far it's looking good, so I'm going to solder the last 2 4-foot LED strips to this LED strip. So this is the last end of the strip, so I'm going to test if it works. It looks like all our connections are good because the last end is lighting up perfectly. I know everything doesn't look super clean now, but when we mount it to the truck, we'll hide most of the wires and hopefully it'll look a lot cleaner. The last thing I did before I put everything in the truck was 3D print a little triangular wedge for the tilt switch to sit on. When the wedge was done, I assembled everything in the back of my truck. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is tape the switch to the wedge. Now you can see when the switch lays flat on the wedge, the LEDs do turn on. The next thing I'm going to do is tape the wedge and the switch to the bed itself. So after all is said and done, you can see that the lights are actually on, which is a good thing because the tailgate's open. So I also put a 3M Velcro strip on the back of the battery pack so that it'll mount nicely on the inside of this little compartment. So now what I'm going to do is use these brackets to actually tape to the bottom of the bed rails that actually hold up the LED strip. So this is what it looks like with the mounting brackets on. I definitely need more than one at each end, and actually the kit only comes with 5, so that's not good because I'm doing the back side too. So I'm actually just going to bite the bullet and actually peel off the 3M adhesive on the LED strip. So this is what it looks like using the adhesive from the LEDs. It's so much cleaner than using the mounting brackets, so I think I'm going to stick with this. If I end up needing to remove it and remount it again, I'll figure out another solution. So while this is more permanent, I think it's much better. So now all the LEDs are mounted. It's pretty low profile. You can't see them unless you actually look underneath. I think one thing is these wires are exposed, and of course you could tape them off or hide them. I'm actually just going to leave it because I won't be able to really notice it unless I sneak back there, but again, you can tape it off. The last thing to do is to hide these wires here. So I'm just going to open up the compartment and shove them in and then tape them off. So this is the final wiring and how it looks like. It's pretty low profile. Maybe over here could have been cleaned up a little bit better, but this is just a version 1 and a prototype, so maybe in version 2 it'll be a little bit better. Here's how the final system looked. I'm pretty happy with it, but again, this is just a prototype, so if you have any ideas on what I can embed in version 2, leave me a comment below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm really excited about this project and definitely want to make a version 2 and an upgraded version later on. Also, I just want to say I see your guys' comments on my other videos and it really makes my day. I love reading them and I try to respond to as many as I can or like as many as I can. So thank you for your continued support. I decided to create an Instagram. It's Chloe Kuo Taco, and I've never had an Instagram before, even a personal one. So this will be really interesting. This Instagram is going to be mostly focused on truck related stuff and this YouTube channel, so hopefully I can give even more content for you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.